Hi, hello, namaste. Name me Revati. I'm with a very senior activist, Sara, here with me. They published a fact-finding committee report, which is very shocking. I wanted to know why they wanted to investigate Riaz's encounter in the first place. Can you first tell me what struck you so much that you wanted to go all the way to Nizamabad and investigate the death of one criminal with some 67 cases?
Okay, so what happened is normally when we hear encounter from civil society, we are very suspicious about encounters in general.
Yeah.
Because we have seen many cases where they just shoot them point blank and then say it's an encounter. Usual story that they tried to grab the gun of a policeman, therefore they had to kill them. That was one thing that set it off. Then the torture of the family, we got to know about this. So this didn't make sense to us at all. We said we have to find out what has happened. So these two things, the usual, suspicion about an encounter, and we saw the pictures in social media. You see, the man's hands were handcuffed, etc. Okay, and his nose was bleeding by then. So we said this man attacked and he tried to run away. It looks a little suspicious. The pictures look suspicious to us, and then we got to know about how the family was tortured. We got the news. So these two things compelled us to go there to find out what exactly happened.
See, even when Riaz's encounter news broke on the social media, everybody was talking about how this guy is a criminal with a history sheet, with a rowdy sheet. I mean, there's a lot of mixed emotion, mostly positive for the encounter. This happens in very rare cases because someone's death should not bring happiness to the others in the society, in a normal society. But what happened was the way the whole story was propped up, saying that this guy is a criminal, he attacked a constable. So we are not talking about the murder of a constable here. When we speak, we are only talking about Riaz. So what do you have to say about Pramod's murder also?
Okay, so first point one is about the encounter. Let me set one thing right. A lot of educated class and a lot of people in our country think that encounters are actually justified because they're very unhappy with the judicial proceedings in our country where a case drags on for years. So they think instant justice has been done. Okay, and there have been cases where the police have just killed some innocents because they wanted to close the matter. Okay, so that is understandable. They think instant justice, and they also believe whatever's put out to them.
Yeah.
So when we went over there, we found people were telling us, like, okay, they are saying that Riaz was hiding in one small cabin of a broken down truck. We saw that. Not even a dog can hide over there. Okay? So why would a criminal hide there? Now he's supposed to have run across the fields when he saw the police. Now people are there nearby. There's a mosque over there. There are people who go for namaz every day there. We spoke to them. So they said we didn't see anything happening here. And Asif is supposed to have come and overpowered Riaz when he was running away from the police and he got hurt, and that's why he's getting this gallantry award. But people, they say they didn't see anything. But then they tell us, we didn't see anything, but he was caught here. Did you see it? Do you know? No, we don't know. We heard he was caught here. Same thing what happened in front of the shop. When we asked people around there, it happened so suddenly in two seconds. We saw a body there and nobody was there. They say they killed. Now they are repeating the official line, but nobody has seen anything. So you see, I mean, most of the time what happens is people buy the official, the narrative that is set out by the state. So what was the other question you asked me?
The other thing is about Pramod's murder. It's not just Riaz's encounter that has to be questioned, but also a constable. Pramod died. And unfortunately, right now in this country, it's all about who comes from which caste, which religion. So you are justifying the death of one person because the other person is a Hindu. Not about you. I'm talking about the society. Right now, they're saying Riaz should be encountered because he's a criminal, one. Two, he's a Muslim. And the attacker whom he attacked was a police constable and a Hindu. So how do you answer to that?
I'm very sorry. This is what I was angry about in the press conference. The kind of polarization that has happened in India, but till now it was confined to the north. It has spread into Telangana. That is what is worrying us now. Okay, exactly the same North Indian polarization politics is happening here in Telangana. Now, if I can mention about Pramod's so-called, the way he's supposed to have been killed by Riaz, I've said this in the press conference, that they just went and picked up Riaz, who's supposed to be this terrible criminal, without any weapons, no body check, no backup. Pramod tells him, you sit on my bike. Riaz sits on his bike and Pramod's nephew sitting behind him. That's a security. And then they go. And then they say that Riaz, to escape, had a dagger. He took out a dagger. He's a right-handed man. He stabbed Pramod in the front. So Pramod got hurt here. He died instantly, apparently. And the nephew from behind caught hold of Riaz to prevent him from escaping. So this right-handed Riaz stabbed the nephew as well. Now, if you're right-handed, I'm right-handed. If I'm stabbing someone, how would it be? It will go on his right-hand side. But what we went and saw is the nephew was injured on his left thigh.
Yeah.
And the excuse given was there was an Apple phone here, so it got deflected and went into the thigh. But that should have been on the right thigh, even if it happened on the thigh. So that is one big discrepancy there. Nobody has seen anything happening. He was dumped there. That is why we are saying a constable from the Central Crime Station, he was working in Hyderabad. He went to Nizamabad. He was off duty. He went to take care of a family issue. Someone was not well. That man was killed in such a manner. Who killed him? Why is there cover up? This is equally worrying. We are talking about all citizens. We are not talking about anyone's religion here. Yeah. Whether it is Riaz or whether it is Pramod, how did they die?
Exactly.
Why did they die? There's obviously a much bigger story to it.
No, but I read your fact-finding committee report, and in that another worrying aspect is counterfeit notes.
Yeah.
So do you think there is a ring that is behind this, and that is the reason why two people got murdered? One, a constable; two, probably an innocent man who has cases on him but doesn't deserve death.
And not criminal cases. Those were all because he was a recovery agent. There were all sorts of cases, but those were not criminal cases. Now, yes, definitely it is a big ring. 3 lakh counterfeit notes is not a joke. It went into the market and they were trying to recover it from Riaz, who didn't know they were counterfeit notes. He had no way of paying them back. So he approached Pramod or the police, whatever, and they probably thought they will bust a ring. So he was getting threats from Asif and gang. So then the police say, okay, extortion, you give us 3 lakhs, we'll take care of it. He said, I don't have 3 lakhs, give us 2 lakhs, I don't have that, give us 1 lakh. And then finally 30,000 was paid, was collected and given to them, or I think the remaining part was going to be given to them when all this happened. So there is a huge cover-up. You see, even on the 4th floor of the hospital, I went to the hospital. Personally, I went with the 3 other team members. We walked in quietly there. There are CCTV cameras everywhere. Every single place is CCTV cameras. For some reason, that lift, the 4th floor, it doesn't go up to the 4th floor. We had to go to the 5th floor and walk down to the 4th floor. On the day when the so-called encounter took place, the entire floor was vacated, which would be quite a feat. Okay, and then we were looking all around, and finally we found the place where the so-called encounter happened. That is iron grills. I mean, even people like us, normal healthy people, can't break through those grills. Now, the people who did the ghusl, that is the ceremonial ritual bath they give before the burial, they told us neck was broken, it was like lolling, they had to tie it up, hands were hanging, broken. The mother also said this, when she saw the body, he was lying like that, hands were just broken, feet were broken. So, can such a man attack the police? And how weak are our police?
It's not just about the police version, but like I said, social media version is that Riaz deserved the encounter. So even if it is, he's got so many 60 odd cases, which are civil disputes, but it's being projected as he's a criminal, hardcore criminal. So for a moment, let's think he's got a rowdy sheet, he's got a criminal history and all that. But do you think he deserves a death like that?
No one deserves a death like that. Kasab, Ajmal Kasab of 2611, when they caught him, he was a Pakistani. They say he was a Pakistani who came in, he was a terrorist, he was caught. They followed due process of law for that. So you can't follow due process of law for your citizen in India? That this is a big question.
Yeah, this is a very big question. And also, when we say 3 lakh, for normal people, or we've become like that, the 3 lakh ke liye itna sare murders sound very, very small. So what I'm interested is, how big do you think this ring is? And who all do you think, because you've already been on ground, you spoke to people, and I also heard that one political party person is involved. So, will you be willing to share the details?
See, now this, I can't say it as a fact. It is something we heard. It could be speculation, it could be a rumor, but let me tell you one thing. A counterfeit ring cannot be done by ordinary petty criminals. It is done, it's a huge nexus of generally there are politically powerful people involved in it. The law enforcement is also compromised in that. So you cannot say that it was done by some petty criminals. There's obviously someone big behind it. That is why such a huge cover-up took place. And I don't know whether we will ever reach the truth. We are demanding CBI inquiry. Will they do it? And unfortunately, the day we were returning, we got to know there was another so-called encounter again here at Chadarghat.
Yeah.
Again,
Do you think they both are related?
not related. You see, now we are getting this culture of encounter specialist in the state, you see. And that is probably to suppress dissent.
Okay. That's a big statement.
Yeah, it is a big statement because when do you use encounter specialist and when are people threatened with encounters? To make them shut up. So that means you want to suppress dissent. But people should remember this is a democratically elected government and they should behave like that. And this is total irresponsibility that the Home Ministry is not given its due importance.
See, I've also said this a lot of times. I've received a lot of flack because I said what I strongly feel, covering news, seeing whatever has been happening in the last 2 years, is we don't have a Congress government in Telangana. The Congress government in Telangana is more or less BJP. Do you agree? Because I know you started the press conference saying that you don't want to be political about it, but all this is politics. Everything is politics.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I'm going to say it again. This party came to power in Telangana because of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra. Otherwise, they were not going to come to power. Okay? People looked at that one man and thought he's a fair man. He's talking about constitution, about people's rights, and he spoke very strongly. We've interacted with him personally, spoke very strongly against any kind of sectarian politics, communal politics. Everyone is equal under the law, the constitution. So we looked at that man and we all worked towards this for the Congress to win. But what this Congress party is doing here in Telangana is nothing as per that vision. And you took the words from my mouth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, ever since this party has come into power, when we addressed the press conference regarding the Jainur issue, already 23 incidents of violence had taken place by then. That was last year.
Yeah.
And now you had Gaurakshak suddenly coming here on Bakrid. They were checking vehicles. We never had this happening. And then there was an incident of them stopping that man, and Ibrahim is supposed to have shot them. We heard that terrible extortion was taking place, and he had to shoot finally. I am not justifying anyone taking the law in their hands, but if you push people to the wall like that, what will they do to survive? You are criminalizing an entire society.
And not just that, the other very striking point, I know you have to leave, but the other striking point in the whole issue is how the family was tortured. The mother and the wife of the victim, one of the victims, because Pramod is also a victim, but this victim's mother and wife, they were sexually harassed in the police station.
Even the children.
Even the children, hung upside down. See, these kind of stories we don't hear in real life anymore, but these are coming back, and putting red chili powder in the private parts of the women and children. So, do you have any medical reports to back this? And
you know what kind of medical report they had? Assault is supposed to have taken place at the police station. It was such a stupid medical report, and that was done at some private hospital. So you see, they've done the whole thing very well, And what we heard is horrible. You putting frogs and things into people's,
shocking because I haven't heard of these things.
Not in
real life,
and not in Telangana. Not in Telangana. We've heard horrible things happen. I'm sorry to say, there's horrible things happening in the north, but not here. And that is what is worrying me. Are they making Telangana another UP? I don't know what it's going to become. Next quarter, they're going to get bulldozers and demolish houses.
They're doing it.
They're already doing it.
Yeah.
That has already started. So what model is this government following? Are they truly a Congress government? Do they really stand for the values of the Congress party as enunciated by Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, their mother Sonia Gandhi, Kharge ji? Is it really so? I have my doubts.
Okay. Finally, when we are talking about why I'm coming back to the rowdy sheet thing is, in the whole Riaz encounter thing, there's not one person who said this is wrong. Even the sane thinking people, because they said, oh, there's so much of rowdy sheet. Yeah. He's done so many criminal offenses. But today, as we sit here and speak, there's a man and his family with rowdy sheet contesting in a very, very close election.
Yes.
In Jubilee Hills.
Yeah.
So that rowdy sheeter can go, his family with so many rowdy sheets can go contest in elections. But this man, because he's poor, I don't know what is or because he's a Muslim, that he is allowed to be murdered and nobody will raise an eyelid.
Yeah, so it is of course the class factor is in this, because he's poor, he doesn't have any kind of political power. Nobody is going to care if a poor person is killed. It happens all the time. 10 Dalit women are raped every day as per official statistics. Who cares about them? Only when someone educated is raped, then all of us have candlelight marches and all that stuff. So here again you have a rowdy sheeter, but he's powerful, he's got money and he can buy votes, so there's no problem. And of course, then your religion goes against you in this country nowadays. See, when I grew up, we all were brought up as equals.
Yep.
Today I realize I'm not an equal citizen, because I'm from a minority community. Therefore, I am most likely a second class or third class citizen. It's a little hard to digest that.
So, do you think at any point of time under this government you'll see truth in the whole incident, Pramod's death, Riaz's murder, cold-blooded murder? If you want me to put it, I will not call it an encounter. It is also a cold-blooded murder.
It's a cold-blooded murder.
Because
encounter is a euphemism.
Yeah, because in a state like Telangana, where there's a CCTV every 100 meters, you didn't find a single CCTV footage.
No footage.
So yes, it raises a lot of suspicion. But while we speak, do you think under this Congress government in Telangana, we will ever see any truth coming out, be it in the counterfeit case, how many notes are there, what kind of a ring is being run, and the 2 murders, and the assault to the family, and Asif, the most shady character in the whole picture?
So, let me put it this way. I know Congress leaders who are from the original Congress, who have stuck on in the Congress right from the youth, who have been in the Congress when they hardly had any seats in the assembly. I have respect for those people. I don't definitely have respect for the imports into the party who just parachuted into the party. They don't know anything about the party ideology, nothing. So I really don't hope for any justice right now. But it is our business to fight for justice. Every battle is not won, but eventually, if you persevere, it is won. And at least they understand that citizens are not taking this. One reason why we are holding this press conference, we have taken so much effort, is that this should not happen again in the state. This is not about one case.
Yes.
And if we keep quiet, it will happen again and again.
Yes.
So at least they know that there is a pressure group, there are people who are concerned and who don't buy the official narrative. See, the average person simply buys the official narrative. And even the social media channels, they simply buy the official narrative. There are very few people who question. And that's the case everywhere in the world.
Yeah. So thank you so much, not just for this press conference or fighting for these 2 murders and, everything, but also for being the voice of citizens in this state where nobody wants to question, because it is Congress government and we think Congress government is above all suspicion. Thank you so much.
Thank you
and I hope you win this.
Yes, we hope so.